Okay, today is September 15th, 1995. We're at the home of Philip and June Holm in Osceola, Wisconsin. And Lois Barrett, Bud Barrett, and Sally Barrett are here. And we're having Mickamoks. Private joke. Mm-hmm. And now we're just going to start talking about Shafer, Phil, whatever you remember. And however everybody else wants to talk, go ahead and talk. We can start off with, I'll show you those pictures there. We're working on the Thorsander project. This is the home in 1904, I believe. The first picture of the Thorsanders, and this is the one we've had for how many years? You've had that one?
Well, Aunt Hazel found it in the old house at the Magnuson farm and found it up in the attic of her house, along with another one.
Of the Ladies' Aid.
A group of Chisago Lake Ladies' Aid members standing on the porch. And we picked out quite a few people, different people.
I wonder if this isn't Frank DeSander there.
Yeah, don't touch it with the pencil though there. That is Frank, yeah.
I think that's Frank.
And this is Sven.
And then there was a Charlie DeSander.
Well, that's Charles, yeah. But this, I believe, is Ingra, and I know it's Mama and Papa and the two boys that never married and stayed home and helped.
And I remember when Frank got killed.
Oh, how did that happen?
I found him.
You found him?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
He was killed right in front of Russell Olson's house on the other side of the road.
Okay.
And I was working with Leonard Swanson, and I was delivering milk for Leonard. And I drove by, and I thought I'd seen something there. And I stopped, and I seen just some feet sticking out of the snow.
Oh.
And so I uncovered the face, and it was Frank.
Oh, Phil.
Yeah. So I run down the station, and I got some help, and Edwin Cass came with me up there, and we pulled him out of the snow, and he was just purple. He had suffocated.
Oh, my goodness.
And the snow, and he hadn't died
No.
from being hit, because the snow was all melted around where his head was.
That's what Lucille said.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If someone would have stopped, he might be
The one
alive.
that hit him knew he hit him, I
Yeah.
guess.
Yeah.
And if he'd have stopped and taken care of
See,
him.
Hartley Stet's the one that hit him.
I have that article here. I'll show you too. Maybe I'll just start from the beginning again, so June can catch up here. This project it started back when I was in high school, and then college, 1988, finishing up a project, and then we have pictures of Shafer, and I just wanted to research Shafer and the different places that I recall. And
That's a potato warehouse.
Yeah.
In the bank.
so tell me if I've got things right. This was the potato warehouse. I would like to write this in here. Because I'm going to be redoing some of this.
You really are going to redo that?
Yeah, these are labels. I just want to make sure
Oh, okay.
if I know what's what.
All right.
And June, you were saying that when you get to the creamery here on the next page,
Right here, the clothing store is here.
that's the clothing store.
That's where Little Bill was.
And that was
that's
moved up.
another lumber shed there.
And that was moved up from Franconia, the clothing store.
Yes.
It
This one.
was?
It's the dance hall in Franconia upstairs here. You should have seen those chandeliers that filled through out of there.
I never knew
Great big
that.
crystal
You
chandeliers.
know, there was a chandelier, I bet you 6 feet in diameter, with all them prisms and all that
Yes.
on there. And I threw the damn thing out the window. And I went to that.
Oh, Phil.
And all the boxes of old button shoes and girdles. And
Yeah.
No.
No, there was no girdle.
No.
Nothing.
But Jacob Peterson's store now,
That's
the
this-
Mercantile, is
Yeah,
still
this-
there, the yellow
yeah.
building in
Yeah.
town now.
this one.
Well,
And
then what
That's where
really?
Phil was born, in the back there.
you were born in that.
He was
In the back.
born
In
in
the
the back of there.
That picture, take that picture up the wall,
Say,
Sam.
I saw that when
Well,
I came in. I'd like to
then,
get a copy of this.
Phil, do you remember what happened in June? What happened to this building?
Yeah, tore it down.
They tore it down.
Oh, that's what you just. Oh, I'm sorry.
They cleaned out the chandeliers and all.
And then they
merchandise
tore
up
it
there.
down.
And they threw down the shoe boxes and everything down in the truck, the interstate truck, and hauled it to
Because-
the dump.
You know, I remember that building real well because didn't Bagwell's had a grocery store in
Yeah.
there?
But yeah, when we were
Gladys.
first married.
Uh-huh.
Hmm.
So then it was shortly after that, huh?
I'd like to get a copy of that one. This is 1881, and tell me about that one now.
I was born in that building there.
Well, that's the mercantile?
No,
No.
Yeah, that was part of it then. It was post office.
in the back of this building,
Okay.
if you go back there, you'll see that there's, this
Another-
building is
And
there.
that's
They
my
built the
grandpa's
front of it
blacksmith
and
shop.
I see right here on this little
on the north
picture.
side of it.
Yeah, I see this picture of it. I can tell what you're saying. There's a
Yeah.
little picture here
Yeah.
of the
Yeah,
back of the.
yeah.
Yeah.
And
That's
that-
why I put that on
That's
there.
my grandpa's blacksmith shop right there.
Okay.
Oh, for heaven's
So they were
sake.
heavy into wood, huh? I mean, we were a wood industry too, it looks like.
And that's Webergs that lived there.
Okay.
And this is the main track that ran to Lindstrom?
Mm-hmm.
And that's the Taylor's Falls back over here, right?
Taylor's Falls is
This-
down here.
Down this
Oh,
way.
down
Yeah,
this way.
This is looking west. now.
Looking west, yeah, that's what I thought.
This is a sidetrack right here.
Oh, all right. Okay.
But where did all this lumber come from?
Oh, that's cordwood.
Okay.
Why, Philip Holm.
They used to trade that into the store for groceries and stuff.
You trade that for groceries. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Somebody had that picture and they told me who she was.
Oh, I need to find out if you
Yes.
ever know. The lady in the picture that says, and it's in Elma Lund, I guess the house is. It's not Shafer. I found
Said who
out.
it was, and I can't remember.
If you remember, call me because we're trying to find that family.
Here's the hook for Sally.
Okay.
Oh. How wonderful.
And that's the old creamery there now that Lucille told me. And you say now that's Selman's house.
No.
No.
The Willard Nelson's barn.
Yes, that's what you said.
Willard
What?
Nelson's barn.
Not that building.
Willard
The old
Nelson's-
creamery?
No, that's the old Creamery Burns.
The old one burned.
Okay, which one does Willard Nelson have then?
Well, that was the one they built afterwards. This
Oh,
one here.
But
stood-
anyway, it was a Shafer Creamery.
This one stood just on the south side of the Creamery building now.
Yeah. Okay.
That's what she said too, Lucille
Okay.
Corsander.
Okay.
Okay.
But then the one they built after that, that's the one that Winford Nelson bought and put in as a barn over his
Okay.
place.
And then we have the plat maps, and this is showing where in Sweden they came from, the Thorsanders.
Oh,
And if you go back a page there, you'll see it's very close to Växjö is where we are going. Olseda is up in here.
Yeah.
And I believe they came from Ostertorsos. And I believe they named themselves Torsander after Torsos.
mhm.
And Carl said something like the word Ander is a meaning of from where they came. That suffix that adds
Or
so
it could,
Torsander.
or it could have been one of their Anders would have been is a Swedish name. Anders.
So they're all from Småland, and I have a feeling they would have known each other from parishes and
Yeah.
somehow.
Yeah, I bet they did too.
And I think they knew Jacob Peterson.
Yeah, that could
I
be.
think they were cousins. Is I'm coming up with the theory, but that's what we're going to now go to Ostertorsos and the Immigrant Institute and see.
See, the Petersons were relatives of Phil's dad too.
Jacob was.
Yeah, and
Okay.
then the Charlie
They
and
were.
Ed and Charlie and George were cousins to Phil's dad.
Oh, I never knew that. Okay. Well, so then the
Here's some
business was a family, a really family business then.
Oh, yeah.
As
Well,
far
yeah.
as being
Mhm.
all, you were all in the business together there.
Only they were the boss.
Huh? What?
Phil's dad was a slave.
Oh,
They were the boss.
yeah.
The old abstract from way back, and I started showing when Grandma and my grandmother, Grandpa, Mom
My
and Dad
folks when
bought
we
it.
bought it.
Yeah.
I just wanted to show the teacher that basically because we found the old abstract, and then here I've researched all
This is really interesting.
all the tombstones and their death certificates and their obituaries from the press.
We
This is
spent
Lars.
a lot of time up at the Lindstrom Library looking through the old Chisago County presses
Oh, yeah.
and collecting all that.
Mhm.
Well, there was something else I was going to ask Bill just prior to this.
Do you remember
here.
Lars Thorsander at all?
Lars?
The father?
The father.
No, I don't remember him. Mhm.
No, I don't.
'Cause he died in 1908.
Yeah, that's before
Yeah,
my
it was
time.
before his time.
And his son died in 1913. He
Mhm.
died of a heart attack on the floor in the kitchen in Shafer. He was
Peter.
only 33 years old. That was Lucille's father. And they're related to Jane on the Sandberg side, or the Vidines and the Sandbergs. Her
Yeah.
mother was Caroline Sandberg.
Mhm.
So, real interesting. And this is Harry, one of the sons of Eva, grandsons of Eva. Do you remember any of the other kids at all? Sven? Do
Shafer?
you remember Sven or anything about Sven?
Well, I remember. I remember the blacksmiths. That was Nils Ostrom and John.
Oh, yeah,
Dunn.
but of the Tersandos.
Oh, the Tersandos.
Yeah, but it's good to tell all
Tell
the
different other stories too.
other people that from Shafer.
But
Yeah.
I'd like to just stay on the Thorsander track here, and then we'll start talking Shafer people too. But
You know, I remember Frank. It could be 50 below, and he'd come walking across the field to our Philanders, and the overcoat wide open.
Is that right?
Then he'd come over and he'd beg a pinch of snooze from Art.
From Art Philander?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
How to no snooze, he'd say.
Oh, yes. Did they always speak Swedish too, Phil?
Mm-hmm.
They always spoke Swedish.
Oh, supposed to be.
No English at all.
I never heard Frank say a word of English yet.
Is that
Really?
right?
but we never learned it.
Okay.
I
And
remember.
they stayed on the farm and farmed, right? That's what they did. Yeah.
Frank worked out quite a bit too. On farms.
Okay. What about the ones that lived south of Shafer? Isn't there?
Yeah, the daughter, Hannah,
I don't think-
Johanna.
I don't think.
I thought there was one of the boys that worked on a farm south of Shafer. So,
Mm-mm.
yeah.
Mm-mm.
Up in Wisconsin then.
That was Charles,
Okay.
and he went by. Let me think of the nickname there again. Charlie.
And when Charlie Tasander was living,
Mm-hmm.
there was a family by the name of Ed Olson that lived there on
Yes.
the place there.
Yes.
And you know that it was something real funny. Charlie drowned in the stock tank. They had a stock tank there full of water for the
Uh-huh.
cows. And Charlie died there, and they think it was foul play because they thought that Ed Olson was after Charlie's money.
Oh my.
I haven't heard that one before. And what we heard was that
Huh?
the court,
Oh, I know it.
some other corner on Charlie's. We'll show you the death certificate. Says heart attack, I think. Yeah, and this is Frank's obituary.
But
Maybe
Phil,
Phil wants to see that.
my parents heard that same story that you just said.
Mhm. And they heard that Sven died, hung himself in the haymow. So this was another one that I thought, if you'd ever heard that.
Just before
Yeah.
I knew
Yeah.
anything.
Yeah. Well, there was one other thing.
This is Frank's death certificate. Let's see, it says broad skull fracture. No, basal skull fracture. So that's at the base of the skull. So
He was hit on his head.
he was probably thrown.
Yeah. when he
When
got
the car
hit by
hit
the
him.
car.
When he was thrown in, I suppose the snowbank was fresh enough so he went in so far.
Mhm.
Isn't that
And
terrible?
if he'd have been pulled out right away, he would have
Yeah.
maybe lived.
And he could still be alive today, technically, too. I mean, the years he'd be about
Well, as long as
90.
Lucille is still alive, of course.
Uh-huh.
He was a brother to Lucille?
Her first cousin.
Uncle.
Uncle. Oh, I see. Okay.
Oh,
Would have been her uncle.
Now, Lucille, was she
Peter
married to
and-
Clarence Johnson?
Peter and Frank were brothers.
yes.
And then
Oh, sure. That'd be
her uncle, Frank.
What,
But he was
June?
young.
Lucille, wasn't she married to Clarence Johnson?
No, Myrtle was.
Myrtle.
Myrtle was
Okay,
married
Myrtle.
to him.
That's the one we
And
bought
they
our lot
have
from
There's another one there.
Oh,
in Shafer.
oh,
That yellow
I
one there.
didn't know that.
And then right after we had bought, maybe, I'm not sorry, I left them by the whole piece behind us.
I said it
They
was
were scared we were
cordwood
gonna buy the rest.
for the
What is that word?
trains and
They
grocery
start
stores.
fencing out there. Talk about- We wanted to buy, a few feet back, so Phil could build a shop and build a place so he could have lumber and stuff.
Sure.
I know, we own that now.
There was something I was going to say. Now I don't forget it. I think it's
Who's Lucille married to?
Villette. She married a Villette.
Oh.
And she told me she didn't marry till she was 29 or 30.
Oh,
Way beyond her. She had her education at the U of M, I believe it was, and was a working career girl for her day. And
Yeah.
she said she really identifies with me. It's really
Yeah.
fun to talk to her because she
Yeah.
says,
Oh,
You know, I went ahead and got my education, and I didn't marry. I married late, and
did you have children?
yes, two.
There's two,
Two.
a son and a daughter.
Lucille? No, she just has two. A son. Do you remember any of these coroners here? I should ask you some of these names too.
On Sprain?
Sprain, yeah.
Oh, yeah, I remember him.
Is it relation to Dr. Sprain dentist at all, or
His dad.
is it
Sprain was a mortician in Chicago,
Yeah.
really?
and Doug is his.
Mhm.
Okay.
I forgot about that.
Okay.
And then this is the article I wrote for the Dalles Visitor about the house, and this was in 1991. That was in the Dalles Visitor, how we had started all this research.
Mhm.
And there's some typos and wrong info there too, because we were printing and before we knew all the facts. But do you remember anything about that house? The big house?
No, not too much. I remember when Ed Olson lived there.
Okay,
I was over there a lot of times then because his boys were the same age as I was.
okay. And this is a picture of Charlie in probably I'm thinking 36, 37, 38, just before Grandpa bought it now.
I don't think it's that late. Isn't there a picture of an old
There's an
car?
old car there. If you really look right here, there's an old Model A.
Mhm.
And you know where I got this picture from? Helen Sjogren, who's married to Evan Sjogren. She was Helen Warndal.
Mhm.
She found this picture in her mother's, after her mother died. She found all these pictures in her mother's possessions and things. So she saw that it was our house, so she gave it to me.
And then this is the Ladies' Aid one that Hazel Magnuson had.
You know, Phil might see somebody there. Lillian Bloom identified her grandmother on there. Lillian Bloom Johnson, Les's wife.
Oh, yeah.
Grandma Bloom. And she pointed out her grandmother on this picture.
Ralph Gornson's just a young boy here being held by his mother, right in there.
Oh.
Yeah, that's Anna. That's Anna Gornson.
Ragner's
Mhm.
there, yeah.
I think this is my grandma,
Think so?
See, let's
Grandma
see.
Peterson.
Let me look.
Let's see which one. Because I want to know.
Right here with her hands kind of folded.
Mhm.
Okay. This one right here.
Because I would like to write that
I'd
on
like
the
to,
back.
yeah. If anybody recognizes anyone,
So what was your grandmother Peterson's full name then? What was?
Well, there's Emma. And, she had so many names.
Oh, did she?
Well, she was married before, too. Her name was Carlson then.
Okay.
And then she married my grandfather.
Dina, Mina, Lola. Joey, you know. Dina, Mina, Lola.
He married Hans Peterson.
Yours and mine and ours.
Okay. Oh, June.
Dina Mina Or. Huh?
Yeah.
This is Lucille.
Mhm.
When we first met her, 1991.
Yeah, I
That's
can remember-
Myrtle. That's her sister Myrtle in the early days.
I can remember both of them.
Alida,
Mhm.
Matilda.
Mhm.
And then
They all had 3 names, all of the family.
Oh, I remember your parents so well.
This is another. This is a grandson of Eva, one of the daughters, and he lives in Colorado right now. And they're hopefully coming next summer again
Are they really?
for a reunion.
Oh,
And Zona and all of them. They have a Olsen reunion all the time on the Olsen side.
So that would be like, Frances. Then Frances Olson.
Yeah,
Didn't she who was she married to then?
George. Olsen.
George. Yeah, and he was a brother to Ed.
Yeah.
Right.
Was that Ed's son, George?
And then this is Zona Frost, and she's
That's
let me think now.
Is this his grandmother?
what he says. I never knew her. She died 6 years before we were married.
Okay.
Zona is also
Yeah.
from Eva.
Yeah. Wasn't there 2 Ed Olsons?
One that lived in our time.
Yeah. What about him, bud?
I said Burton, he died. What did she say? About 6 months ago.
Who said that?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I know he died some time ago. He was a brother to Phil.
I think you might have skipped
Phil?
one.
What were Ed Olson's boys? It was Burton and
Burton, Quentin, and Kenneth.
yeah,
Yeah.
Kenneth is the one I was thinking about.
Kenneth.
But this
that
other Ed Olson that we're talking about.
Oh, that was.
You were saying George.
He lived down by.
George Olson, Francis's husband,
Yeah.
was George. What was his dad's name?
Oh, so George and Ed weren't brothers?
Oh.
The other Ed Olson, that's the one that lived down by Ralph and Bobby's there. Lilith and.
Yeah, I know. They later lived in Shafer. Then the house
Ed
next
moved to Shafer.
to where Willard Nelson
Yeah,
lived.
in
That house is torn down. That
house.
house is torn down now. But that's
Yeah.
where they lived when we were married.
Mhm.
Okay, and this is 1946 when Mom and Dad first met.
Is
47.
it really? Oh, for crying out loud.
And
Oh boy.
I don't know if Lars is on here. I have another picture.
46, that's 50 years ago.
I know it. 50 what? No, you guys are 47 years marriage this year?
Uh-huh.
Next
Ours
week?
was 49. We'll be 50 next year,
Good.
next summer. Nicole is getting married. We have our 50th class reunion. Holy
Oh
buckets.
my word, tomorrow. Oh, next year is going to be something. Where's this other picture that we have a picture of Lars and her together sitting on the front porch?
It's here. It's coming up.
Oh,
He hasn't gotten to that yet.
because this is one of the sons. This is
Yeah.
This is
That's
Lars.
Sven.
That's Sven.
Now, how did you get to know who these people were? I mean, who told
Through
you?
Lucille.
Lucille.
And I really researched that. I know
She
them now.
remembered.
She just has a memory like.
And this is
well,
the old
yeah,
granary fill that they first lived in.
Mhm.
And Lucille
They
said
have verified that
Verified.
this was their first house. You know,
on the farm there. So we started cleaning it out. Mom and I got ambitious. And you'll see there the pictures. We got like a little stuga now. Here it was messy. This was our cleaning day. The old steps that goes up.
You gotta
Mhm.
furnish it like a little house.
Mm-hmm. You got to come out and see it.
it's going to be just really.
And the little
beautiful.
wash house is getting done now. And made a garden center on the right side, and left side's like a little stuga, you know.
I think we'll keep it that way, though,
Mhm.
won't we?
Oh yeah, garden center on the
'Cause
right.
we have to have our stuff
Yeah.
for our gardening
Mhm.
stuff, you know. And then we've done the upstairs pretty much, but the downstairs isn't. You
In
know,
that house?
in that old house.
Oh.
That
But you can see it's old post and beam construction, and these are pegged up here
Mhm.
and marked 3 marks, 4 marks,
slashes.
5 marks,
Yeah.
or whatever how they marked.
Masham.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
And then we had a log tour. This is nothing. This is a guest
That was
list.
fun, though.
Yeah. So this was a log tour, and we had Lucille and Grandma out there on Midsummer Day, serving cookies and pouring coffee for the
Oh
people.
boy.
Yeah, it was fun. Look at the rain.
Oh, I should have got one
I
of
got mine.
We didn't think it was gonna rain here.
And it's just the shortest little building too. You could
Yes.
tell they were little people.
Yeah.
They didn't have to have that height thing. You know.
They didn't years ago.
No.
My dad, when my grandpa came from Sweden, he had a log cabin there on 9 and 95.
Uh-huh.
And that was a one-room log cabin. And they were the 4 kids and then grandpa and grandma in one room. But then that burned.
Here's the
So
upstairs.
Yep.
then grandpa built a big place on 95 there where Pauline Friedstedt lives.
And I don't know Pauline Freaks. Who was that now? Which place then is that?
We made a straw mattress
It's the
out of.
second one when you
We made a
turn right
straw
on
mattress for that bed.
95
Oh, did
off
ya?
the
So we go up there and
You
take
come up to
naps
Center
now.
City, you come out on 95.
Yes.
In
You
the
make a right.
daytime.
The first place was Ascos, and the next place is Grandpa's.
And this
But
old
they've taken the
workbench.
house all
This is
apart.
the
But I got
old
the
workbench
original
with
when it was built.
the
I
original
got one of the barn and one of
vise.
the house.
Mhm.
screw-in vise.
So that was your grandparents up there.
That looks cozy up there.
It's real cozy up there. Then we found this old snooze jar. I found 2 of them. I dug a pond out in the front yard. And I'm down about 4 feet, digging, and all of a sudden,
She
boom,
hit
I hit something. And I thought, oh, the pot of gold. I hit it.
Say, what do we do with that snooze jar we have?
She's got it over there
Do you?
Oh, there it is, yeah.
on the shelf.
And so I came upon it. I came upon 2 of them. They were just full of dirt,
And one had a perfect cover with it. But
It
the-
did? This one doesn't have a cover.
And,
But you
well,
know-
the other one was kind of cracked.
Yeah.
Behind the old store there in Shafer, they used to dump stuff,
So why did they bury their snooze jars?
They did,
I don't know.
yeah.
Why?
Because Grandpa has told the same stories.
Up on
Wherever
the
he's
shelf
dug
was.
to plant a tree or whatever around the farm,
No, here, this one.
he'd hit a snooze jar.
No,
Never
no,
failed,
right
he said.
behind
He could
Bud.
dig
I always
anywhere.
buried them. I don't know why.
Was it illegal to have snooze?
I don't know.
Someone thought that was the reason why. A snooze jar.
Invisible snooze jar.
And then we'll let
There it is.
see these. Think you're gonna have to reset your VCRs, everybody. It's starting to lightning out there.
Is that the reason it's doing that?
Yeah, where is the
No, ours
picture?
is good. Oh!
Ooh, what's that
Stamp is
little?
still on it.
Yeah.
Eddie!
Where'd you get that?
Can you get through it?
Yeah.
Oh, where should I found that one?
Oh, I suppose in the old store down there.
Oh,
Yeah,
Here
I
we
think
go.
I found it down by the lumber shed.
you missed this one.
Snap.
This is a family photo that I
Does
believe
Bud like
that
to look at pictures?
all the kids came home.
Do you
Because
wanna
this
look
is
at some
all the
albums?
kids, and it's the exact same picture.
Probably TV pictures.
Okay, do you want the TV on?
That's Friday night. He's got to watch Wall Street Week. Oh no, I forgot.
Oh, why did you say something
Oh,
before?
that doesn't come on till 8.
Another half hour.
Last 5 weeks, they've had something going on every damn Friday night.
Here's Frank.
Yes, that's.
Yeah.
We got one in the bedroom too.
There's Charlie.
Mhm.
He's ornery too.
What channel?
No, here. Let me look again. I don't think that's. I have them left to right here, because I know I did it with
recording.
Hannah, Charlie. This is what Lucille said.
Mm.
Lars,
Lower.
Josie. There's Frank, because he's the youngest.
And there's Frank.
And Mama Ingrid, Peter, that's Lucille's father, and Sven on the end.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Something else.
Let's see,
I
that's
forgot
you don't-
about Ben.
Okay.
Because
But you threw them out years ago. They took the stuff and then they threw
I
them.
know. And the bottom of ours is stamped Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania.
Yeah, let me see that one.
But this has got Pittsburgh. That could have interfered if you're.
A lot of people there.
Everybody's home for this big picture, and I don't know what that occasion is for. Did you ever hear any big, like they ever have?
No, I really didn't. They used to have a lot going on out there.
Okay, like what do you remember?
Oh, they used to celebrate birthdays and stuff, you know, there. And,
I heard they used to have dances.
huh?
Dances.
That's
Yeah,
all.
they had dances there.
Did you go to one?
No, I wasn't big enough. At that time, I wasn't hardly barely able to walk.
You maybe weren't even born yet.
That's
Probably
true.
wasn't, I'm sure
What
not.
year
Or
were you
19.
born?
19.
Phil was only what?
1900s.
76.
1919.
1919. Okay.
Oh,
I say you're not 90.
1900.
Are you
oh, God, no
1900?
telling.
I thought you're 95 years old. No, you're not.
I feel like it sometimes.
Put your hair, put your hair there.
oh, he's fine.
June, I bet you want to see the building here at the end.
Yeah, June hasn't seen those.
You got to
no.
see the log structure here. We
Yeah.
cleaned it out. And
Well, maybe she needs to see from over here too. I don't know. Was there something that she missed on this side?
Was it a mess
I don't
when you
think
started
so.
cleaning?
Yes,
Oh.
she did.
it was a
know
mess. Oh
this.
yeah, right there we go.
Yeah,
Where'd you start?
It was a mess, Phil.
yeah.
Grandpa had tires up there. Dad had tires. Guess how many tires I hauled out? 65
Oh,
upstairs in that
Yeah. Can you
upstairs
believe it?
old tires,
What'd you do
That
with it?
old wood.
It was all building.
We called the recycling man, and he came and
In there.
we paid him to take them
This
away.
one, is that where they live?
So the building hopefully will
That was their first house.
will
Well,
stand
they
another
built this
20,
one.
30 years or whatever because of all the good
They
stuff they
lived,
did.
I mean,
Yeah.
that was their first house.
So tell me now more about Shafer too. Let's get into Shafer and what your first memories.
Oh, geez.
Well, you started this a long time ago. 91.
I remember when I was little, you know, and I used to go down in the store, you know, and I used to help myself in the candy counter, you know.
Was it always the modern store?
No, it was Jacob
It
Peterson.
was Jacob Peterson. Okay.
Yeah. And Ma, she'd give me heck, you know, for that. And Ed, he'd say, "Oh, let the boy eat." He said, you know, "Oh boy, I tell you, I was king." And there was many episodes there in Shafer, I tell you. Oh, gosh.
Tell them about Snowball.
Yeah,
Oh,
Snowball.
Snowball, you know, he never washed or cleaned up, you know.
Well,
Who
who
was
was he?
Snowball? Who was he?
he?
That's John Johnson, the blacksmith. And he had his blacksmith shop for the post office and stuff.
Okay, but where the post office is right now, 1995, is over by on the south side where the modern store used to be. when I was little. That's what you're saying. Where the post office is right now was the blacksmith shop.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's the blacksmith shop.
I'm gonna start drawing a little map here.
Okay.
Okay.
And then, in between the blacksmith shop and the modern store, there was a fellow by the name of August Oideen that lived there. He was a tailor.
I was gonna put the modern store here.
No, that'd be on this
You
side.
said on the south side of the modern store.
No, no.
Well, maybe she's
Yeah,
drawing it from another
This is from
direction.
the north. I'm coming from Vidines are over here.
Oh, yeah, well,
Yeah.
then, and
So
then,
here's the modern store.
yeah. But then there was a house in between there, see?
Okay, what was that?
That was August Oideen that lived there. He was a tailor.
There was a space between each one.
It was a tailor. Okay. Yeah, then the Highway 8 is up here, just to get your bearings.
Yeah.
Okay. And then what? Then we had Banky. We had a space always there in between.
Oh, yeah.
It was always there.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
Banky Hardware.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, one building was just torn
And
down.
this here, modern store, that used to be Stolberg Mercantile.
Storberg.
Stolberg. Nan and
Good
Ted
idea.
Stolberg. You were brother and sister.
Yes.
They had the store there.
How do you spell it? Storberg.
Stolberg. S-T-O-L-R-B-E-R-G.
No. Stolberg. Stolberg.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mercantile. Okay. Was that okay? And then Banky Hardware has always been Bank Hardware store,
Oh,
or
no,
what
no,
was that?
no.
Right.
At first, it was a butcher shop
Okay.
and a grocery store. And a fellow by the name of Fred Rydeen and Frank Chrisman run that.
Is that right? Boy, I'm learning lots of stuff.
And Frank Quistman.
Mm-hmm.
Christmas.
Christman.
Okay, ran it. And then there's a house in between that and then the bank.
Yeah,
Was there
that belonged to
That house here.
that originally belonged to August Engdahl.
August Engdahl.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And then later years, Little Bill lived there. You know.
That's right.
Okay. Then there's a little
And then it was Tom's Garage.
yeah, that garage right here.
Mm-hmm.
Who had that before Tom?
Let's see now. Who was that now that had that? Huh? God, I know it was good. He sold out to Tom afterwards
I
anyway.
only remember it being Tom.
I just can't remember. It'll come back to me maybe.
Yeah.
The name,
Mm-hmm. And we got the bank.
yeah.
The little town hall was always there too.
Yeah.
Yes.
But then there was a hotel there too.
Yeah,
Phil.
tell me about the hotel.
Well, the hotel, that was down in here.
Down here. Okay.
That was Weberg's Hotel.
Weberg's.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Wiberg.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And then the feed mill. Let's see. The train tracks ran where then? About in
They
here,
ran right here.
right? Just straight, right?
Yeah. And then it was a feed mill right here.
Mm-hmm.
Then there was a potato warehouse right along the track there.
Yep, and that's still back there.
That bird.
It did
The old
burn.
pickle factory.
Yeah, the pickle factory, the blue one.
Was it on this side?
Yeah.
That burnt
And
last
then there was
It
another
just
one.
burnt last year.
Mm-hmm.
There
Those
was
kids
another
were in
one.
there.
There was another one right along where the feed
That's how
mill
the
is.
feed
That
mill
belonged to
went.
Bern.
It's from the
Okay.
smoking.
I know it, June.
This is the feed mill.
It's terrible.
Okay. And then we get down to that lot that's blank now, and that's
Matson's
Matson's.
showroom used to be
Yeah.
there.
was it anything?
Yeah, the Matson showroom used to be there
Yeah,
last few years, but what
yeah.
was there before?
Here was a blacksmith shop right here.
Another one, huh?
Another one, huh?
And that was Nils Ostrom that owned that.
Nils Ostrom.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Brother to Gaius, or father.
Okay.
And then the garage was next there, and that Axel Swenson built that.
Right in here?
You want to tell them who Axel Swenson was?
Well, Axel Swenson was He was a relative to he married Nora
Matt's sister.
Manson's sister.
Grace?
Grace, yeah.
Oh.
Mhm.
Okay, and then you get down into the village part, right?
Yeah.
Is there any more? I don't think there is any
No
more.
more business places.
I didn't
no.
think so,
No.
because then we'd cross, and the mercantile would be right around in here. Jacob
Yeah.
Peterson.
Oh, that's,
Yeah, Peterson's was right about here.
Yeah. Okay.
got to draw the street in there though, somewhere.
And then there was a building here that was a warehouse that burned.
In front of the store, huh?
No, and yeah, across. See, the street used to go here. See,
Yeah, draw the street now.
yeah,
This way. Keep
Mhm.
pointing. I'm going to do the street now.
yeah.
Yeah, and then it came out there right between the store and Jacob Peterson's there.
Right there. You keep
Uh-huh.
going this
Well,
way.
it's still there.
Yeah,
Part
It's
of
right
still
it.
along
there,
the
the
business
road
place
is still
there.
partly there.
Yeah.
And then, yeah,
They
it kind of
straightened
came
it
up
there
by the
when they-
bank and it curves then, right?
Yeah,
Not just like now.
yeah,
Did it always have the Y up
yeah.
here?
No, it had the way.
Yep. That's what Lucille remembers too. She said her folks lived here.
Right there.
So that's confirmed.
See,
She
I
didn't-
bought
she
my
has-
I bought my lot from Lucille.
Okay.
Oh,
And I built.
of course.
Yeah,
And your home was about in here. Right?
yeah, right somewhere from right there.
We'll get to that as we wind up, keep going this way. So we had Jacob Peterson, and then you had that other little
That was a clothing store here.
clothing store. Okay.
And then there was a shed here. They called it the machinery shed.
Okay.
Well, there's a potato warehouse there between that and
Yeah, where's the water tower and everything too now?
the potato house right was in between these two buildings here.
Potato
and then there was a driveway between.
Okay.
Well, you can see on this picture that we had here
Yeah.
where the driveway went.
What is that building that the roof just fell off now? It's
And then there was a stockyard.
Well, that's the old elevator, grain elevator. That was a high building. You don't have any pictures of that one.
And then down below there was a lumberyard.
Really?
You're running out of paper.
That's where the stone is. Yeah, the bottom. It's just standing there. That's the old grain elevator.
No.
That was high. You got pictures of it here. I'm gonna go
Oh,
get
I'd
the
like
album.
to see that.
I'm gonna go get the album.
Yes,
The building
we
that's
have to
falling, like June just said, the building that has the stone foundation here next to there's a fire barn there now.
Yeah,
No, not there. It
that
was
was the grain elevator
no,
right here.
no, not
No,
that.
no.
No, that's on this side of the track, the north side of the track.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's right behind the clothing
It's right about
store
in
towards
there.
the west, about here.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's
And
right.
then you got the railroad track.
Exactly.
So this is the
Yeah.
stone one right
Yeah.
now.
Yes.
That's the old green elevator.
Make room for that there.
Green elevator. Okay.
And then it was a depot.
Oh, Shafer
We
Depot.
had a depot. How
Yeah,
big?
that's down on that,
Yeah.
those brothers.
I know it, and we've got to go down there and see that.
Where?
And,
We haven't been down there since it was
well, I
brought
haven't
down
either.
there.
You
I
mean
think we were down there when they
Then,
first
uh,
brought it
Railroad
down.
bus.
Yeah,
they saved it?
Yes.
yeah, it's down there.
Yes.
They hauled it down.
They hauled it down
And
there.
then there used to be a kind of a road going right in here.
Mm-hmm.
And then there was a lumberyard over here.
Lumber building, a long one, a big one.
Yeah, and
That
that
was
belonged
where they stored all their big lumber.
that belonged to McCoy's.
McCoy.
Really?
Okay.
And then there was another building in here, and that was Art Weber. He made concrete silos. He had a building right there.
That's why I said, he's the only
And
one.
then
that
there was a
remembers
building
all
right
those
here,
John
that was a
Madsen
cement
didn't
shed.
pay any attention.
Right in here.
Phil Madsen never paid attention. But he remembers all this. He sits and talks about it.
This is so.
Say it again. Cement building?
He's the only
Cement.
one that knows
Yeah,
it.
no, they for
Then
cement
people come
storage.
into
Storage,
Shafer and they're
okay.
there, and then write the history of Shafer.
Okay. So then we're winding up. We're coming up
Get
to
on your podium.
the
Get
old
some of this done.
Sjogren House, old post
Wait a
office.
minute. Then it was Eastlund's right here. Frank Eastlund.
We've been meaning to do this, June, for a long time, too. Well, I said to Sam, we should get the whole plat of Shafer in a big scale, and then put in the buildings.
East.
East Lund, yeah.
And he knows where
Okay.
foundations are.
And then there was a
He
street
shouldn't be waiting too long.
that went here.
This way. Okay.
And then Moqua's place was right here. It was from Moqua.
Lester, who showed him all the foundations.
First name?
Because Lester said,
Oscar.
well, it was here, it was there. Yeah. I never knew that. Yeah. Yes, I knew that. I was told you.
And then
It's a thing, it's a map of this is,
the next place was my grandpa's place.
Okay. Not Holm.
Spent 2
Yeah.
days with Bill Stokes.
Your grandpa's
Never
first
spent
name?
any
John.
time that they took her.
And that house, they cut in two
Great. And here's a
and
tiny
moved
map.
this other part over here, and that's where Tom Odlin lived,
Okay.
back there, right straight behind that house.
Okay, and tell them the history of that now, Phil.
Well, they moved that house up from
Phil,
Franconia.
who did it?
My grandfather,
Your grandfather bought the house in Franconia.
yeah,
He split it in two and brought it up to Franconia Hill,
yeah,
put it in Shafer.
yeah.
The front of the house went by Rosebuds there, by the cafe,
Yeah,
and the back part was the other half of the house. That was Tom Odlin's house.
Okay, let's start with the creamery again. So now this is where we left off. Creamery after Rosebuds, and then there's a co-op gas station owned by
Well, that is owned by Co-op. Charlie Vitale worked there.
Charlie worked at. Okay, and they ought to be deaf before they're even
Again, Selman.
Glenn Thelman.
Well, at first there was a grocery store there. Martin Turner had a grocery store, and
Here, like Thelman had a grocery store there.
Elman Shogan had a meat market there.
That's right. Yeah, and then there was a tavern there. And Herman Children had a tavern.
Yeah, and then they had a tavern there. That was Lawrence Olson.
Lawrence Olson Rose.
They had a tavern there.
Yeah, but wasn't Herman's where the little old tavern is right now? Yeah, I am that village. And then
Yeah, Herman.
but Martin Turner, Martin
Turner, he had a grocery store down there too.
Martin that is related to Lucille? Is that the Martin? It's Jim's Martin. Okay. Yeah, Turner's uncle. It's
Yeah.
Grace's dad. Okay. Yeah. Grace Turner Carlson. Okay, so now tell me about the old school again, the old Glen Salmon home, because we didn't get that on tape before.
Yeah, well, see, that building was moved down here from
Tunnel 46.
46, yeah.
It was on the north. Yes,
And when that building was moved down there, then Herman Shogun,
it used to be the old school, though, you said.
yeah,
Okay.
Herman Shogun started a meat market down there. And then after Herman was through there, then Martin Turner started a grocery store.
Okay.
And then Lawrence and Rose Olson had a tavern there. And then after that, then Jen Selman bought it. No, there's a post office too.
Yeah, post office. Yeah.
Didn't it?
And post office. And then Wally Rydeen bought it.
Well, what are they doing? No, he didn't buy it. There was an addition put on right here where he had it
He was
finished.
a barber, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Wally Rydeen.
And on that addition there, they moved that from the McCoy's Lumberyard. That was their office. They moved that down there.
That's right. Yeah. That was just that little thing that was added on.
Yeah.
I'm into that. Okay.
Yeah, they put on that. No?
So then this little area was always blank. You come up to George Madson's house.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they had after, and then there was a swampy area,
Yeah.
and then nothing from there up to Highway 8.
Oh.
No, McKinney. Good. Like I said, all these foundations are here.
Yeah.
That you feel you could go walk around and maybe find them if we made a walking tour of these old buildings.
Yeah.
And foundation, right. And you give a self-guided type tour, you know, we could mark these and people could come through Shafer and
And then,
like
well, you can't get that on the paper here, but,
just anyway, continue. Yeah.
and put that on the down. And then.
This is the railroad
Well,
track.
if you got the little building on the other, tell me where the water tower and the spud tower was.
The water tower was,
There was no water tower. We carry our water.
No, I mean for the train, there would have been a.
there wasn't any water tower.
No. Okay, what tower would Spud have climbed? I was telling June that I saw this in when I was researching the articles for Sanders.
Well, he probably climbed that windmill. Peterson's had a real high windmill, and then there was a water tower
That's right.
after the top there.
Yeah, that's right. So it was right in there. Yeah, that was behind where we used to live, Dale.
Yeah.
But Spud, do you think was tell Mom that? No. Oh yeah. Who was that? We talked last night, and June and I came up with said Spuddy. The only Spud that I knew of was Mrs. Vitalis. These call her Spuddy, but she wasn't there then.
No.
Okay, it must have been somebody else.
Put you that one.
Huh?
Put you that.
But you don't remember any kid named Spud or young guy or somebody who was there? Maybe Bud and John Matson would remember, or Glenn Turner. It was in that gossip column type thing saying, what you do, what the kid did, you visit so-and-so, that columnist. Yeah. And it in two places, like 3 weeks in a row. I was looking through that same year, and it was about 19 to probably 30 something, 35 or 40. And so then Spud was at it again. He climbed the water tower, and they had to take him down. It was just like, what was the guy thought that was Shafer's name? Wasn't his name Spud Olson? Who was that? What, that was Burdett? Yep. Could that have been Burdett Olson?
I don't remember anyway, but
I never heard that before. Oh, that was Speed. That was, okay. You bet. What was, he drove fast, probably, right? No. But Olson, he was married to Lorena. Yeah, she was the one. But I thought maybe it's a dog. Maybe it's something that isn't a human, too.
Well, it could have been a dog then. There was a lot of dogs around.
No. You never know. What's your best memory of it was the town of Shafer? What's your earliest memory? And then how many years did you live there? When did you meet June? Let's kind of go into all that now. Okay.
Yeah. Well, I lived in Shafer
What's your earliest memory? Like, you were born there. 19. Bill's grandfather came from Sweden. 1919. Your mother came from Sweden. Your grandfather. Okay.
My dad was born in this house right here.
John
Holm.
Holm one. Okay.
And my grandfather had a bicycle shop down in here.
Okay. So north of Axel Swenson's garage.
And then a fellow by the name of Oscar Larson had a gas station down here.
Okay.
Bulk tank.
Right in between the potato warehouse and Axel.
At
the Bulk station. The beach, right? I will name was no. Get a tip. Boy. We're gonna rewind and play it.
And my grandfather told you how people can get on there. Hut. They'd have to put a circle there and then a narrow that way.
Yeah, because I've got that on tape here, so I'll add that.
Yeah.
Now, it was quite a hub, wasn't it? Shafer was quite a...
Oh, yeah. I
Easy place.
remember when they used to haul potatoes in there. They were unloading potatoes at 1 o'clock at night.
Close by.
There was a string of potatoes all the way from Peterson's store up to Pernod Crossroad on 46.
Really?
Yeah, do it.
Wait, you mean in what kind of cars? What kind of...
Horse and wagon.
Wagons ready to be loaded on the train.
Yeah, well, they unloaded them in the warehouse, and then in the wintertime, then my dad used to sort the potatoes afterwards, and maybe to send them out to Boxworks.
Wow. Oh, my goodness. Good.
And my dad used to go with and fire in the stove so the potatoes couldn't lose.
Okay.
And they go way down Iowa thing.
Oh, for heaven's sake.
Now,
Way down. So where were they all grown around the Shafer area? All these big fields were potato fields
and
then.
what potato things all over.
Yep. Fun. Not corn and that whole son was on.
But
Is good for them. Yeah, it is.
the majority of the crop was potato.
But full are going up potatoes. Everybody the old water ate my class.
Famous son.
So you what? No, when all them north and you went to Lindstrom, the Shafer, like the Shafer school, probably, right? The Shafer school there, that was 1920, 25, that was built, I think.
Yeah, I think that I went 8 years in that building.
In the brick building. Yeah. Down.
Down.
And then,
And, we used to have bikes, young kids and drive all over town. Which thing?
tell me about your first bicycle you had and where you got it.
I got my first bicycle from Guy Ostrom.
Well, come on.
And then it's a higher fuel one they know.
Uh-huh.
And I remember the first
What kind of wheels did it have?
good.
Wooden wheels. Oh,
And I remember when I took it home, I went over the whole thing. I painted it and everything. And the first day I was going to ride to school, I had to be on the platform there by the store till it'd be on for it because I wouldn't go down on them.
you know,
How about little Bill with papers?
yeah, we've got Little Bill on here. You know anything more about Little Bill? I want to know about Little Bill.
Oh, yeah. And he used to get pretty drunk. So no, I don't think.
You want to put that in there? Also, it's all I didn't hear anything about Little Bill being up. He tried to.
on Christmas Day, for 2 weeks, Ed had to be in the store there, and he would have gave away the whole thing store.
Oh, no. People would come in with bottles, they give them to drink and they would get the clothes real cheap. Oh, he'd give them, if they bought a suit or if they're pants, he'd give them a shirt, their necktie, and work. Cap and necklace too, maybe. It was better than the men's warehouse.
Oh, boy, yeah, people out.
The guy on TV that Dad can't stand.
No,
I guarantee it.
I tell you, they showed a lot of clothes in there.
Oh, give they or sold or gave away.
Yeah, they showed a lot of clothes, yeah.
And that mercantile store, the Jacob Peterson's, they had everything in there, didn't they?
Oh, yeah, they had everything from groceries to lumber.
Material, sewing material, everything. Because I used to make the
coal and lumber,
exactly.
everything.
Dishes. What do you remember about them?
Oh,
As store owners, or just tell me your first what. Yeah, what was Jacob Peterson like? I don't know if I.
Jacob, I don't remember much about Jacob. I know some of it. Mrs. Jacob Peterson, I remember her. I was sitting on the steps up there in that big house there, one time and fell down and lit my hub in the running board on George Peterson's car. Got a big gash in my head to it. And Mrs. Jacob Peterson took me in the house, washed me up and bandaged me up. And I remember that Josie, she had 2 boys, Chester and Ellers. And they were home then too, And then Charlie had 3 girls. Then it was Grace and Ethel and Ruth.
Okay.
And they were all having too.
Well, Charlie had lost his wife. Okay. And Josie had lost her husband. Yeah, Lieber. And then they were sister and brothers. So they lived together and raised their kids together. In that big house. So that's a beautiful house. Tell a story about Grace Peterson when she was little and they had the hired men in there for dinner. So Josie,
Well,
here on the table.
Josie boarded the hired men that worked for kids.
Oh.
And there was one fellow in there, and he was a wood eater. He ate, and Grace sitting by the table, and she said, and Alvin, and he did it on Tweed, Alvin, too, Alvin, he took it off. And, of course, after dinner, Josie was very happy, over saying that. So when he came in for supper, he said, "You can eat all you want, Alvin. You can eat all you want."
You får äta allt du vill, Albin. Du får äta allt du vill. See, what else? What Shafer? How about the Shafer Bank? Can you talk about that? I'd like to know what you remember. And
Oh, yeah. I remember when they held the bank up in Shafer.
they had somebody did held it up. Okay.
Yeah. And, of course, they had the gun squad there.
What year was that?
They know what I don't remember for the year.
Why were you?
Oh, our fits was what? Probably about 10 about.
Right. 1929, it just before the crash or after the crash?
Then always before it.
Okay.
And you know what? The guy that held it up, the train was coming, so he stopped and waited for the train and then took off. And they found him up by Charlie Peterson's up on the prairie up there and the north of Vermont.
Okay. Oh, my. Yeah. You mean he stopped and waited for the train? You mean the train was going through town, so he had to stop and cross and go out of town?
Stop, yeah.
Oh, his plans were disrupted then. Yeah. You mean, was he on foot or what?
No, he had a car.
Oh, yeah, that. Oh.
And I remember that C.B. Peterson, he was on the gun squad. And he stood by the side of the depot there, and he had a shotgun. He let a lot of blast go, you know. And near killed a whole bunch of people.
Poor bow-legged Charlie. Yeah.
Well, I think Dad took the gun away from him afterwards. He got just wild in him.
Oh, I bet. So was Jacob Peterson the banker? Or was the banker?
The banker at that time was Charlie Lindstrom.
Yeah, okay, because we've looked up records with the Historical Society. Yeah, Charlie Lindstrom that said in there.
Oh.
And then I found an old letterhead and everything.
And then his son was in the bank there, and he got put in jail for fraud. There's Lindstrom.
Okay.
Yeah, so he was in Stillwater working with
Wow, really?
anything. And Charlie Lindstrom, we had a boy and two girls, Margot Dan, Dorothy, and Carl.
Okay.
And Carl turned in to be a real criminal.
Is that he the one that beat up on you in school?
So now we got to beat up a
Couple and the one that your dad told you when he was mean to you to.
Oh, that was later on.
Oh,
I don't know, old was it. Then he's going to try it again. I let him have one right in the nose. Nose started bleeding. He never bothered me.
you know, I don't do it. I'll do that a couple of times. You know, I would just, get it about you. No, I can't do it. How about memories of the modern store? When did you first meet June? Let's hear that story.
Oh, I met her at that small board of a member.
Come on now.
I think I met her.
Wasn't it the rainbow like my folks said?
No. I met her. Well, I tell you, I was playing in dance at that time, and I think and she used to stay to my uncle's, which she went to school. My uncle was Huntington in the city, and that's where I met her.
Okay.
And I remember the first time I was going to find you where she lived, and I drove all over northern South County to find her.
Oh, he couldn't find caught.
No, you said you lived up at Dry Creek, and I couldn't see no Dry Creeks when I went up there.
When did you look for one that didn't have any water in it?
But once I found that boy,
Was it love at first sight? Was it love at first sight?
well, I don't know. You'll have to ask her.
Well, Mom and Dad were, I think. Yeah. But whistle, a whistle from the booth in the rainbow. And I did it, my dad. No, it was the tobogganing night, but not the toboggan night. Oh, wait. Okay, that's when it was. That was love there. You can do well. I was.
There's the beginning.
You left me out of the beginning. Okay, well, yeah. I'm like.
And then you know that after that, then I asked her to play on dancing with me, you know.
Okay.
Or one thing led to another, you know. And I figured, boy, if you can play piano, I might as well marry you. I'll have a piano player.
Oh, is that why?
Oh, I'm just kidding. No.
I know. Yeah, man. I never knew that before. You were great. Great team. Great team. For sure. Yeah, we got a band full. Yeah, that's what I was 40 years. I was just going to ask you. Tell us about that. How'd that start? Well, my folks belong to the club dance, the club in Lindstrom. We came at the pub meeting up all the old opera hall. Yeah. And my mother wasn't going to let me play dance. She said I was too young. And but I talked her into because they were going to the dance anyway. So I got $2.50 that first one. That that was big money there the way that.
If you step with it.
So that $2.50. Tell me, Tom, that's terrible. Oh, that's great. Oh, so then you got married in what year then? 1912, 41, 46. Okay. And what's the date? Because we're June 28th. June 28th was your anniversary date in 1946. Well, okay. When did you start playing the accordion? How young were you when you started?
I started playing in dance was about 1935, 36.
Did you? Oh.
You know, the first dance I played on, I was uptown on my bicycle. And Art Markinson was up there, and he said, Billy, you got to help me out. My accordion player can't come tonight. I can't play on a dance, Art. I said, oh, yes, you can. He said, so you go home, get your accordion. I pedaled home, started washing up, and changing clothes. And Dad said, oh, you going? I'm going to play on the dance down here tonight. Oh, he said,
Yeah.
And I took the accordion down. I went, pretty soon my dad came, and he danced every dance. And my mother got madder than heck because he'd have taken her with down there.
Oh, sure.
And then he carried my accordion home from me. Yeah, that was pretty good, he said. And then after that, I kept on playing.
Is that a great start? Well, yeah, I always wondered about that. I did. I always wondered, but I'm when you start playing and you just learned the accordion on your own. And
oh, I took some lessons from Gus Derrickson.
You did.
I took lessons from him until Gus couldn't tell me. He said, well, now I don't know no more. He said, I can't teach you anything.
But they took for the ones in center. They came out from the city, from St.
Well, I took the two there.
Just a fool for them.
Yeah. And then I took some from Leela Lott. And I remember that when I played the dance, Leela and I played with Leela on a dance. And she said, Phil, she said, when you went to school, I never thought I'd be playing in a dance with you. She said, I was your school teacher. She said,
that was Mrs. Vaughan. Oscar Larson's just given that. Hello, do it. Be a lot girls. Very true, talking deal about it.
We replaced Sept up at Centuria, and then I fit the cool that show. He did the wall.
Oh.
That's all. Drum work. Right dot.
That's great. The second. Oh, yeah.
That anyhow. I was sitting there, and my beer sitting out. Yeah, we were between Tom and I tipped it up like this, like looking outside. I see ostrich and let go. Superintendent in this country walking aboard.
What happened then?
And we were like 15.
Oh.
I got rid of our workers' strike.
Yeah.
Well, there's that when we went to confirmation, Catherine Engdahl, she, Mrs. Sam Nelson, used to play on dancers, and she was in my class. And, before the minister came, we were dancing up in that chapel, there.
Yeah?
And I remember one morning when the preacher came, what's going on here? He said, oh, nothing. Then we done.
Was she playing the piano then?
Oh, sure. Yeah.
She was a good piano player. I know she was. Yeah, I can still remember her playing. Yep. Yeah, he's on that. Sean Kenny's. Phil, don't do that. You get a 8 in May 10. Well, now was Catherine Engdahl's, the Engdahl house, is that the one that's blue there in Shafer now? Too.
No, that was a different
That was
thing.
August Day.
Wow. All the lots. See, August Engdahl, here, Catherine's dad was a brother to August Engdahl.
Well, and Harry Swenson raised her.
He married Catherine's mother, Nene.
Yeah, okay. Harry Engdahl. But Catherine's dad married Minnie. And then he died, then she married Harry Swenson.
No,
Yeah. Okay. Where was the gossip place to learn everything in town? This is a memory that Lucille said she remembers being told
only
that Frank would go to town every day and come straight home, get the horses unbuggied and unhitched, and he'd walk straight through the house. Yeah, but first into the kitchen at the farm, the back door, and then out through the east door, right over to Sandberg's. Go gossip.
I know how that could be. Like,
And he never stopped. He was like, he was going to, come in through that door, go out through that door, and right over to Sandberg's.
well, I tell you,
Where's the gossip spot for the men to hang out?
well, Peterson's store down there, Jacob Peterson, they used to hang out there.
Play checkers, I suppose. And
No, they didn't play checkers. They had a scale house. I don't.
to weigh,
Scale house stood right about here.
like the potatoes to be weighed.
Yeah.
I suppose that was weighed in tons, huh?
Yeah. And a fellow by the name of Pete Martinson run the scale house. And he was a father to Roy Martinson and Vernon and Art.
He is. Yeah.
Now, and the other guys used to come in, the usually didn't play poker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They should. Well, how about when Everett Vitalis had the confectionery there?
Wasn't too much there.
Yeah. Cute.
Yeah, Everett wouldn't let him do that there.
How about when this was before your time too, but my theory was when the Swedes first came and the immigrants' families, that I think they stayed mainly with some of these families in town that might have been established while they went out, all the men to build the homes or whatever. And the way it says in Lars's obituary, he hewed his own home out of the wilderness, that there was so many trees he had to clear. And my theory is like the Petersons in that wonderful big house put up the ladies and the children, and they probably made meals every day and did a lot for them, and they'd work.
On Maple Creek that they had a hotel, there was a lot of them put up in there too.
In that hotel. Okay, good. So,
I mean, that.
okay, is that being in this ten, but look at the wood here. It's complete woods by artists and Dave. That's all woods and thousand kilos. But that field had been cleared. That field had. Well, when my dad bought the Carver home, there was only 10 acres field. He probably cleared all those stones and how it was stoned out and everything. Yeah. Do you remember ever doing that? Grubbing out a field or helping that way?
I grubbed out some stumps.
Okay.
And
well, with all woods, they went through the thicket when they got off the steamship. It's like, they went through the thicket and worked their way. That's why they couldn't go very far these years. Because my grandpa and grandma, they came up by steamship to Franconia. When they went up the hill and they lived on top of the hill for a year. Goodness. And then they proceeded on the next year to bring lightning so bad.
Stop. There's
Naples. That was where my mother's home.
And Archie Alston lived right next to me. And Archie said, boy, he looks bad. He said, let's run over by the farm. There's a big culvert, cattle pass under the road there. So I took the 3 kids, put them in my car, and then Archie and Laura drove, and we drove over there. And Earl came afterwards too with his car. And I backed up across the road, and I was there, and Archie, me, and Carol were sitting in my car.
Done this thing with the work.
And that I had the brakes on, and it moved the car, it slid the whole car.
You should stay like our basement, because we had a real good basement. Help play, by our well.
I left all the lights on in the house. When June came home, she gave me hell because I left the lights on.
Well, I gave you hell because you had left. You had a safer spot in our basement by the well, nearly, than out driving in that storm. I drove in that storm. Yeah, and we stopped in at Clarence and oh, this is where my mother grew up, and Doug Tennis and Bartow were home. And Doug says, he says, don't you start out. He says, you stay right here, Sept. Yeah. See, your mother and I were there for quite a while. What time was that storm? Yeah, supper time. Wrong supper. And Dad.
We stopped there around about 9 o'clock.
But see, I remember when you came home, Dad, and it seemed like, and it was still raging. It was just the constant raging. Like terrible. Like so on Sunday, icing and yeah, like yeah, and her eyes always deep with.
You thought you're done.
He's saying in the roar. And then he gets into it down by Ridley and that, and he says, you know, we're on highways. Well, it was 61 there, and then, you know, and he's on his 8-4 highway 8, excuse me. And all of a sudden, he's by this airport where the hangar, the airport wall.
Up in the air.
So he saw that go,
Right, mate.
and the glider was lying right in front of his car. He didn't dare stop.
Broke down dead. And the others,
My poor mother.
and the telephone were connected wire.
No, that's what I was just, and that's all I worry about.
Under the wire, under the post, while I'm there with that, like up where we're clear, you know, when it gets on. We got 7 tornadoes that night.
Yeah, and it was a burial at the
Well, then terrible. One of my
3 hours after I left to sleep, and I was still dead in tornado.
I stayed up and came back on that night, and I was frantic.
Yeah.
None of us went to bed. Why? Because I could go to bed because Dad said, but don't you know, when he came home and we were all like, oh gosh, we're gonna die. You know, it was still raging. I remember it. Yeah. Hey, so don't you remember, you know, Three Little Pigs and all that? And you remember, you know, how do you say? You said tornadoes, they blow down, you know, wood houses and everything, but not a brick house.
And
I went, no, the little girl, I mean, that's the only thing that calmed me down. That was his way of calming me down to say,
So, you know,
we all called in bed, okay, we were safe. We're in a brick house.
And then, you know, in Shafer,
We believed it.
when they came up a bad storm, everybody would run to the creamery.
Okay.
But then it's all bricks, you know.
Well, sure. See?
You know?
That probably because, you know, I mean, you've seen these pictures where a 2x4 will come through a wall.
I know my dad and mother and me, we ran over the creamery a few times.
Yeah, I hope to get them all out someday, too. Okay, we're going to look at the old pictures now, too. Oh, John Holm family, nice. Oh, how nice. I want copies of all of those. Oh, bring my camera over someday. No, this isn't. No, I got the others. These are the Holmes. Bill Studley's out in Washington, and fair.
You know, I found a car and laying on the floor in the museum.
Bill's grandparents were you looked there. That's one Peterson.
And it said John.
That's
Holm.
Peterson's.
And
Hey, that was Quebec.
I think it was Duluth, Minnesota.
Eva. Emma. I mean, it's Phil's grandma. It looks just like Eva. Look at this Emma Peterson actual. For the same picture. We've got a lot more, but right now I'd have to dig them out. Or what looks like her if I didn't. I was trying to think of the ones where your dad's family picture by the that's part of the. And you have them in good protectors. That's good. They're the good kind. Is it? This is the good kind now? You won't make your photos.
he's fine.
Well, I'll just flip through quick to let you. I just want to see Shafer there in the beginning. Now, so you have some old posters of postcards. Yeah, Jacobs, Jameson, and a little quality. You did it before George Peterson's house was built, before this one was built. Oh, was that still so close to this big one? Now describe what you're talking about. Jacob Peterson's big house. And then there his son, Jacob Peterson's son, George, built a house next to it for Sherman and Emma. Yeah, Sally Sherman. And then the next one down below where Johnny Charles lived, that was Ed Peters. He said, So they all built them. Of course. Carl and Roy and Edith's home. Yeah. Okay, well here you can see after the house was built. Yeah, after it was built next to it. But they built it so close that that big one would never catch fire, or if lemons would never catch fire, there'd be no way of seeing either one about it. And look at that balcony up there. That's not there now. Is it? Some balcony on there. I don't know if there's a railing around. It seems to me there's a roof there. Porch. Like I think there's a roof there. Okay. What do you guys, just to go off track here, real see, there's the elevator. I'm gonna go off track. What do you remember about the Lindstrom Creamery? Anything? And the creamery houses? I should like that, but never remember when you tell the reporter, because this family that lives in the blue house right next to the bank there right now, they want to know about all that those rows of houses. They said the creamery houses. People that Elmer and Pearl lived in the creamery house.
No, but I remember before that when Frank Johnson lived there.
In the blue one. In Lindstrom?
No, in Shafer.
Oh, no, I'm talking Lindstrom now. Well, in Lindstrom, I don't know. Okay, do you know June? I mean, Lindstrom. Well, the creamery house is the one. Here, let's draw a picture. Here's the bank right now. Here's Park Street. Creamery used to be here. Now it's the apartments where I live. Yeah. Pearl's there. So there's a blue house right here. And here's the driveway that goes out and out that way. Blue house. And there's another one here that's 4. And this is where Frost used to live. Mom said, she dated Helen right here. Okay. So do you know anything about those 4 houses? That's what we're looking at. Well, the creamery house, wasn't that the one that was next to the bay? Dad remembers. Next to the bay? Yeah.
No, the creamery house is down for the Orchard Greenway.
No. Creamery was here. Yeah. No, it wasn't. Pearl and Elmer lived in the creamery house when he was buttermaker.
I know that, but I thought that was hardly.
No.
No.
It wasn't in the first 2 houses, that I know. Who lived in the second one, Bud?
Gliding, Caleb Gliding. Gliding, yeah.
Jerry's. Okay, volcano. Gliding? No. Ledin. Ledin. Okay. Now, this one they're restoring, the little old one that was falling down. And I know which house it is, but I can't place it out if it's the first or second one.
Well, here's where the butter maker was.
Yeah, that's the where Pearl and Elmer live. That's the butter maker's house. That's what I want to know. And I used to go with my dad when he hauled cream to Lindstrom, when I was just little. Pearl and Elmer Nelson. And he was buttermaker Shafer too, so he looked that out. Okay. Why did they call it the buttermaker's house? Why did he have to be there? I suppose all freeway owned it. They owned it.
The Greenway used to own it.
Just like the parsonages, the churches. And they always furnished the real buttermaker with a house. Because it was such a type of job. Exactly. Because the job was such a high status. You always had that, you had to have a good buttermaker. It sounds.
Here at State Fair and get points for buttering made.
Okay.
Now,
For some of this.
now the one in Elmer, he was champion there. That one time buttermaker. So, what was his name now?
Cool.
Who was that doing that for the championship in buttermaker? Avalon.
Well, I can't.
God, I can see him, but I can't say his name.
No, I can't either now.
Well, let's get back to Lindstrom. Yeah, that's what I mean. Are just any memories about that house? Well, we used to go to Elmer and Pearl's all the time, okay, to visit and to birthday parties. But now, that's all I know. If I would put this woman in touch with Pearl, that's the link, right? Yeah, because they want to know. Well, they lived there for a while, while he was buttermaker there.
Elmer did, didn't he?
Oh, many years ago, because they just want to know about the house, and how it was. Well. I remember the arrangement of the house, but Pearl would be better to talk to about that. Okay, I always bring the 2 of them together. Isn't that funny now? See, Pearl is the first cousin of Pharaoh. Okay.
Just falling down, that was Gabe's.
And heck, yeah.
Fred and Connie, Gabe.
Oh, that
You
one.
mean the one that they're restoring now?
Yeah, I knew them.
Okay, how about now here's the road, and now here's the GTE building, post office, and the road goes there. Yeah. This little house right here, who was that? Little blue and white. There's a old corn crab back here and another little. Have you seen it from the front? It's like this one that they're restoring, the gay house. Looks similar. That is the Carlson hall. Who's Carl's? Which Carl's? My Aunt Alice that married Uncle Duke. Really? Isn't that the Carlson place?
Oscar T.
I know Oscar's lived before. They lived right across the Chevrolet garage. That's down this way, though. Us? That's where Josie and Oscar lived. Not there. Well, anyway, Marlene Meeson's going to buy this one and restore it. Move it and restore it. And just, oh, is she? Yeah, because City Hall wants, this is the GTE building now where City Hall is and the police. And they want this for parking lot. So she's bought that one and this little corn crib and this other little shed. And they're going to fix it up and move it. So that was, I just want to know whose house it was and if you had memories of that. Yeah, I don't know. But did Oscar Carlson live there?
I thought that's where they lived.
I know, that's where my aunt, I used to live next to Holder Lindquist, right across from the Chevrolet garage, the house on the corner, because S.O. Johnson owned it afterwards. And what's Allison's maiden name? That's far down now.
We're by the feeding lot they're talking.
Yeah.
That wasn't Oscar.
No, but they lived there.
She's that tall lady.
They lived there because Holder Lindquist lived next door. Because I know Hulk and Josie used to talk across the fence, like they say, you know. I used to live across from this folks. Yeah, Hulk and Lindquist went in the second house.
It's gonna hold it.
On the corner. I'm sorry. All these phones are hitting this.
Well, you're told where did they live now?
Across the tracks, across the highway.
Whoa.
You know where the Lutheran church is?
Yeah.
Goes up the turn, an alley there. And there's a house like a barn with a hip group.
Yeah, it's the barn roof tower, only barn roof tower that's right around in there. Can't look at this. And my grandpa built a house, and he built the one that Fred Johnson's bought. Lyle's dead. Oh, really? And he built the one next to Trinity Lutheran that they moved. They put a parking lot in there. On the east side of the church. Where does that house go? Down south someplace, but I never found it. I go down there one day to see if I could find it, but I couldn't. Got at this darling victory.
Oh, when Donald got killed,
Oh, boo.
Carlson,
Oh, that's right.
they lived up in this area.
Or who?
No.
Oh,
They didn't live down here, but
He wasn't too old, was he?
no,
called it fear wasn't. How did we get killed again? I put it out about that. Was right about that. That's right. Yeah,
You went end over end with the truck, didn't you?
I think so.
he what?
Didn't you go end over end with the truck? Right there.
Tipped over in Iraq, crushed his stuff.
Was he there?
You know, loaded with kids, they lifted it up off him and took him out from under it. Took him back, little guy, then a little.
Was he between Bully and Young? Or what was he at age? Yeah,
He was young, and he's
almost the young. It was young for the Burley guy. Yeah. Well, sir,
see.
tell me about the Shafer Town Hall. Let's get back to Shafer.
Oh, that was a lot of good times.
Yeah. See how much tape I got left here. Okay, talk fast.
They used to, I tell you, years ago, they used to have a Sunday school in that building.
Okay.
And well,
Play the accordion in Sunday school?
no. And then they used to have dances there. And you know, when I was a little kid, I used to stand outside by the hall and listen to them. And I thought, oh God, if I could play like that.
Oh, no.
They really sounded good.
Yeah. I mean, it's your dream came true.
And then by golly, it turned out that I did play.
Mm-hmm.
All of a sudden, you made the big time.
Yeah, I made the big turn.
You will?
I tell you, that first night I played on a dance, I was so damn scared I just shook.
How much did you earn the first night?
I earned $2. No, 2.5.
2.5. She ain't going up much, she said.
And then the second Saturday night I played, Dave Chilson came up and talked to Art Markinson. And he said, I didn't know Phil Holm could play. Oh, he's an old hand at it, Art said, you know. So he hired me for that coming Saturday night. We played in Sunrise, you know.
So that was the thing to do, a Saturday night dance, right?
They had a pretty good orchestra going there too for a while.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
But it big on bone. Played the bass.
Yeah.
Margaret, what did she play? Piano?
Margaret played banjo. Violet played piano. Evelyn played violin.
Oh.
And Dave played, he played many.
Oh, sister just
And Lyle played trumpet.
one of the twins. Evelyn and her were twins.
Like a tuba or
Joseph Cocker.
I think he played the tuba, Dave.
Good on the accent of last 6 months. And what do you want some coffee?
a little bit. I like something more.
Is that my confirmation picture you're looking in?
Not. Isn't this wonderful?
Oh, they only got the names so you can see who they are. You know.
Agree? Sugar?
There's a few dead there too.
No, she's. You're almost done. You're almost done. Well, Broadway. So Rodney Nelson and you were the same.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know because you're with me.
They usually all the Sandberg too. That too.
Oh,
I know.
Alan Sandberg?
No, he was behind me.
He was behind you, huh?
When?
He's got and he's down. This is from Trinity and Liz from that year. It's been cool.
Who's the minister there?
Luther Hopperman baptized me. Look at it on my sister and my brother. Jeez. But I was so far behind. I was in line for baptism when they were quite a few years after they were completely. Where? Remember that Kenny to Barbara Anderson? Yeah, that looks just like him.
Yeah.
Into. Yeah. Pretty rough looking bunch.
Yeah.
No, it's a right looking outfit.
Fair. I like your haircut. Well, it's like, huh? Well, Joe,
Matt,
also when he says,
you gone?
I'm looking for you. I'm there that can find it. You look the red Walquist. That was always next to him.
Yeah, you
I
gone?
thought that was you. But I said, hey, lady, you not so hard. And then the photographer said, well, you better sober up if you're going to have your picture taken. So we sobered up. Maybe you will do that.